Yeah, really love the way you put that. I train martial arts, and Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu is something I've been rolling for about 20 years. And if people don't know, when you start in Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, your first few months you're taught a few of these techniques, submission techniques, and you get a white belt, which just means you're kind of starting. Now, if you train for about 10 years, you'll get a black belt. And a white belt in Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu after a few months, can actually choke someone unconscious and do some stuff. And so a little bit of learning can get you a long way. And I would say that as an analogy, if you watch the movie The Secret, that alone will probably get you a step change, a potentially 10 times better the way of looking at life. But then again, if you really want to get to the black belt level, you're going to have to say, okay, where's the action? Where's the subconscious? Same with affirmations. I'd say if you're not doing them, starting to do them will, first of all, immediately accelerate you forward. But over time, if you want to get black belt at it, you have to listen to, like you said, the feedback of the chatter and start going deep on why you're really not buying your own affirmations, and do that work subconsciously in order to break through. And so I know we're hitting a bunch of different levels here. Let's talk about doing that subconscious work, because I think that's a lot of what your work is about. How do people start to address the subconscious, Joe?
That's the $1,000,000 question right there, is how do you address the subconscious? And maybe we have to look at why it's important to address it. Most of us are just driven by our conscious mind. We're listening to our thoughts, as we mentioned earlier. Most of us think we are our thoughts. Most of us think our thoughts are the only things that we have in terms of choice. So the thought comes in, we obey the thought, and our life just keeps stuck. We're just cycling through the same old problems. For most people, it's a relationship problem. Another person might have a health problem. Another person a financial problem. Each person seems to specialize in a particular block, and they keep cycling through it. They get a little break, then they have the problem again. They get a little break, they have the problem again. And it isn't until there's a wake up, and maybe it is for some people today, and they look within and go, well, maybe it's me. Maybe there's something in me that's running, a program that's running, that is creating and recreating and rerunning the very same problem, especially when it's different for each person. We've each got a different program, so it keeps running there. That's the first level, is to realize there's something deeper. The deeper thing is the subconscious. What I use subconscious and unconscious interchangeably. It is the iceberg below what is seen. It's the iceberg underneath the water. And that is the big database of experiences and programming and memories. And depending on what psychology and philosophy you look at, it can contain everything from past lives, or at least from your downline, your epigenetics lineage right there. It can all be in your subconscious. And we live from our subconscious. We think we're living from our conscious, but we're living from our subconscious. It's causing us to take actions. It's causing us to think in a different way, to believe in a different way. And if we want to do any change, it isn't just on the conscious. We have to go into the subconscious and kind of rewire it, clean it up, cut some wires, so to speak, in the software of the mind. And this is one reason why affirmations aren't my number one favorite thing to do, because we're still working on the conscious mind. We're trying to change the thoughts there. With repeated use and using it the way we've already described, will have an effect in the subconscious mind. We'll start to do the work there. But the really heavy duty work needs to be in the subconscious. And Brian, I'm sorry, this is where I get on a soapbox, because I think this is my contribution to the whole self-help industry. I think there's what I'm calling a missing secret. And the missing secret is that you can intend all you want. You can visualize all you want. You can do every fancy, latest, greatest, trendy, new agey technique and self-help, self-improvement technique that comes out that you want to try. That's great. And they will work as long as you don't have a block in your subconscious. If you can get what you want by saying, this is what I'm affirming, this is what I'm going to take action for, and then you go ahead and you create it, you didn't have a block. You did it. You're done. You can go on to the next thing. But if you're repeatedly saying, I'm affirming more money, or I'm affirming health, or I'm affirming relationship, but damn it, block, 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 it doesn't seem to happen to me. It's probably a block in the subconscious. We have to go there. That's what I think is the missing secret. The self-help world doesn't seem to talk about it enough. I'm sure other people are, but I often feel like a lone voice. I think back to when I was homeless. I was living in the Dallas Public Library. So on one level, it was bliss. I was with books. But on another level, I had no money, no home, no car, no relationship, nothing else. And I remember reading Think and Grow Rich around 1975. Think and Grow Rich, one of the greatest self-improvement books of all time, a masterpiece. It's made more millionaires than any other book that I've ever heard of. So I'm reading Think and Grow Rich, and when I'm done, I'm still broke. I'm still broke. And I'm going, what's wrong? What's wrong with the book? What's wrong with me? What's missing? And it took me a decade to 2 decades to realize wasn't anything wrong with me. And what was missing is that you have to get clear of the inner blocks in your subconscious before you can think and grow rich or whatever it is that you're trying to achieve. This is huge, Brian. I don't even know how to get it across.
Yeah, and I think in the book you kind of say, or you use this term, you must clear a path before you can build the road. And you start going into these techniques of trying to clear, I guess, the subconscious and try to clear these things out. You have a bunch of different ways. Of course, the classic that I always remember you for is the Ho'oponopono. I probably messed that up. As one of your
you did great.
Clearing techniques, because I always remember you for that. But I guess, and I'm kind of moving into the book now, but is that really what the book is about, is 9 of those techniques to go for the subconscious?
That's exactly what it's for. The book is called Your Unlimited Self, 9 Proven Techniques to Clear Your Mind and Attract the Results You Want. So the 9 techniques are all about clearing the mind, and this all ties into the missing secret. This is what explains when people get results, they've cleared the blocks. When they get them faster than ever before, it's because they cleared the blocks. I have numerous stories from my own life. I think you and I talked about me being a musician at one point. Yeah. The very quick story is when I had turned 60, which at this point was almost 10 years ago, I decided I wanted to be a musician. And that was great. I stated my intention. We all have heard about stating intentions. I stated my intention. Next thing that happened was profound fear and self-doubt. And I've said, whenever you try to do something you've never done before, you're going to feel fear. You're leaving your comfort zone. I was leaving my comfort zone. I almost gave up on being a musician because I almost talked myself out of it. I almost listened to the monkey mind saying, oh, you can't do it, and let the doubts rule. And then I realized, wait a minute, I'm the guy who was in the secret. I'm the guy who was teaching people to go for their dreams and expect miracles. So I had to get clear. I had to go within myself to find out what were the limiting beliefs, delete those beliefs. And then the short story is going from nothing, no music experience, no musical background, had never been in the studio as a musician, didn't have a band. Anyway, I have a band. I perform with the Band of Legends. We've recorded. I have 15 albums, 6 of them singer-songwriter albums. Some of my music's been used in movies. Some of my songs were nominated for the Posy Award. I'm saying all this to prove that once you get clear of those hidden beliefs in the subconscious, the things that you were wanting to create, to attract as results in your life, you collapse time. They happen almost instantaneously. You still do the work, but the work is play and the results are fast. That's what this whole book is about, getting clear to get the results.
I'm looking for partners, collaborators, colleagues who want to join forces with me around the globe and create real value, generational wealth, and financial freedom for everyone else around the world. Get involved in the cryptocurrency markets, get involved in the NFT markets. This is your moment. Life all comes down to a few moments. Don't let this pass. Now it's not too late. Next year's going to be too late. Ultimately, this is about freedom. That's the way I see it. This is about giving power back to the people and enabling billions of people worldwide to use the financial markets to improve their lives and those of their friends and their families and their communities. Honestly, I think it's a violation of human rights not to allow people basic access to financial services. Because right now people are being kept in the dark, they're being robbed of education, and it's a travesty. And so I'm looking for people that want to join me and be a part of this solution. And that all happens inside the DeFi Academy. The gains my students are making are absolutely amazing. Double, triple digit gains in the first month alone. That's amazing. This will change your life. Now is the time to get involved. I'm going to tell you exactly how my students in my academy made money in the last 30 days. I'm talking about real trading results. And let me just whet your appetite a little bit. Let me hit you with some numbers. I'm talking Brendan from New Zealand is up 68.77% on the month. Steve from Europe up 83%. Albert in Singapore up 169.9% on one single trade. I got Susan up 153% on her call options alone, also rocking 139% returns and 442% returns as well on individual trades. These are people that are changing their financial future in the last 30 days, but it's based on trading discipline.
I've graduated over 500 students from inside my academy from over 54 countries around the world. It's amazing. When it comes to crypto, DeFi, and blockchain, we love this space. We truly believe it's the future. This is down to our core. It's authentic to what we're doing, and everybody can tell through the camera because you can't make this stuff up.
If you're watching me now, wherever you are, I implore you, take 60 seconds right now and join my academy. Apply today. Now you've got a chance. Life all comes down to a few moments. What are you gonna do? What's the choice that you're going to make?